Identical twins married identical twins and gave birth to sets of identical twins. What did I just read? Leaving this behind for future tenants to find and freak out. Magnify your phone's screen by putting it in a glass of water. What a confusing time to be a pirate. Protect a tree with the corpses of his dead friends, giving him body dysmorphia. Bugs Bunny shaving his beard. Then why would you send it to me? This nickel could save a child's life. So does Lightning McQueen buy life insurance or car insurance? What is your idea of the perfect date? This format. Other formats can be confusing really. I need to know why a guillotine has been erected on the roof across my office. If you ever feel stupid, just remember Kim Kardashian played poker with mirrored glasses on. Depressed teenager celebrates his birthday every week to die faster. Okay, just thought y'all should know. I saw a limo with dogs in at a McDonald's. Someone donated an entire pastel Taco Bell dining set. After years of saving, I finally bought a house. Is that a cat? This is why I haven't accepted my dad's friend request. Chimneys I can see from my back garden. It's that time of the year again. Take 1 bag of Sprite. Warm scrambled egg. Bruh, I'm 26. Just now realizing the sound of a snap is the finger hitting the palm, not the fingers rubbing together. Tell me why I just sat here for 5 minutes trying to snap without my fingers hitting my palm. Poor thing. The world must be so scary for them. Every year on my birthday, I take a bite out of this windowsill because I get so excited. This red line divides the world population in half. I had to balance it out with 13 Latvias because my math didn't add up. I apologized to the TSA agent for my abundance of pancake mix in my luggage, and he said, "Never apologize for being who you are." Bruh, this dude really put an Apple sticker on his old monitor and is trying to sell it as an Apple monitor. Driving is boring as hell. Just got to tennis. Boyfriend has taken my racket out and put a frying pan in instead. I'm not even joking. They aren't the best donuts, but they ate donuts. Knowing my luck, I would roll over once to check the time on my phone and then end up doing an Olympic dive out the window. Tables have legs, but do they have knees? What the hell? Lol, get dog. That's not the Milky Way. Who the hell do you have beef with? Wouldn't you like to know? Either I can suddenly read Arabic or I'm high as hell. But does that picture behind her say, "Go fuck yourself"? Student drains pasta over the toilet to avoid washing the dishes in the sink. I'm so happy my parents taught me you can't eat at just anyone's house. This is every driver's worst nightmare. I didn't even study. Test. There's a cop on live PD who has the worst tattoos I have ever seen. Dude looks like my binder in middle school. Would you take this drive for 5 million? How the hell am I going to survive a loop-de-loop? How do I make this fish look less scary? Removing it is not an option. This woman just farted so loud in the bathroom. I could just feel she was embarrassed. So I farted back just to make her not feel so alone. Deconstruction Chair by Jade T. Chow. So you're telling me this isn't red velvet and white chocolate? You're supposed to clean this out? Even if this wasn't a fire hazard, why would you just not clean it? I'm going to be a vegetarian when I grow up. Works at a cemetery. Guys, I meant a veterinarian. The sun was on my phone, so I could barely see. My hungry self could never work at a cemetery. The one thing I took away from the Dr. Pepper Museum is that there's a really big hole with no explanation about it. This is where they keep him. I have a crush on like Five Guys. I also have a crush on Five Guys. Bruh, I think my daughter found her baby monitor when I hear a grown man scream. Warning, this toilet often erupts and sprays water upwards when neighboring toilets are flushed. You are out here buying Transformers but don't have enough employees to keep more than 3 registers open at Walmart. Left is colder, but the right is more smooth. What? I annoyed the IT guy. He said he was going to give me a black eye. Touché, IT guy. When the 8-ball game gets a little too close for comfort. Interstate 70 in Colorado has a mile marker 4199.9 since mile marker 420 getting stolen. Go America. Waffle House customer cooks his own meal after finding staff sleeping. Legends, both staff and customer. My dad told me we would never get a dog. We never did. Here's a picture of a glove. A compilation of smoke rings from volcanoes. We get it, you vape. This guy who came to AutoZone today said he wrecked his 2 Priuses, so he welded the non-wrecked parts together and made a 6-door car. This is a great deal for anyone who is at this airport convenience store and is also a horse. Buy 3 apples, get 1 free. The person below me is a lie. The guy under me is telling the truth. The person above me is sus. Cobra bites man. Man bites back, kills Cobra. Holy. And the Badass of the Year award goes to... Guys, help me. Which perfume should I get? I'm confused. Turn down the volume so I can smell. I need to settle a massive debate. What are these called? Acorns. Do all pets look like their owners? I mean, not really. So grateful for my 6 beautiful children. God is good, and we are blessed. Look at him. Look at what he's done. My 9-finger mom, keeping trying to not freak out after I cut off a finger to be just like her at 5 years old. If life is a video game, the graphics are great, but the plot is confusing, and the tutorial is way too long, says the guy playing with cheat codes enabled. I finally got the famous queen cube. No, my king is completely safe. Never allow your enemies to know if you are going or coming. Turns out, jigsaw puzzle makers just used the same die to cut apart different puzzles, so you can mix and match. To be honest, I'm not really sure what I'm supposed to do with this information. Old people be lying. In my day, we had to walk 100 miles to school, through snow, and across a lake of fire. Employees only, during business hours. So, after business hours, it's fair game, right? When you can't make up your mind on anything, except that you like red. Either they are really tiny, or the work surfaces are huge. How to confuse a vegan. Despite popular belief, spamming the A button does not make the loading screens go any faster. Why does the sun come out during the day, and not when we actually need the light at night? I wish I could date a guy like you. I'm a guy like me. Alright then, want to go on a date? If you rip a hole in a net, there's actually fewer holes in it than it was before. I like how they look both equally confused about this activity. If I had a nickel for every time I got confused, I would be like, where did this nickel come from? Then there would be another nickel, and then I would think, what's with all the nickels? Leading to more and confusion, and eventually I would be crushed by them without ever knowing why. Drug dealer calls police to report his drugs had been stolen. I think the stairs are not working. I'm so glad people are coming to realize how boring Minecraft is. Minecraft hate is so confusing to me, because it's a sandbox. You're literally in control of everything. It's boring because you're boring. Does anyone in real life actually walk around holding their bag like this? I'm genuinely confused. Stray dog interrupts performance to comfort actor pretending to be injured. The last time I went to urgent care, I checked off excessive crying on the symptom list, and the nurse got really confused and told me that was meant for babies. Farmers are using flame-throwing tractors to get rid of weeds and pests. This may be the most confusing picture I have ever seen. If you aren't happy single, you won't be happy taken. Happiness comes from drugs, not relationships. Musk keeps wondering why his children hate him, naming the next one Blorbo. I hate neo-pronouns. So confusing. Let me introduce you to my son. Unpronounceable jet plane specifications. This question from my job application still confuses me. I have no idea how to respond. Are you under the age of 18? If under the age of 18, please state why. This student wears his It's Tuesday shirt to school every Wednesday in order to thoroughly confuse the rest of the school. I just snorted a line of 2-minute noodle powder, and I am going to fight God and win. My housemate left. He owes me $20, and he took the shower head. This message stamped on the squeaker inside the stuffed animal my dog just destroyed. Game over. Your dog won. Discard this squeaker. So I was talking to my dad about Guardians of the Galaxy, and when I mentioned Chris Pratt, my dad sighs and says, I don't know how parents could be mean enough to name their child after a fried rodent. And I just sat there looking really confused until he just whispered, crisp rat. And now I will never need to hear anything else. Hipster gets furious about his photo being used for an article about all hipsters looking the same. Turns out it's a different person. Pizza with no cheese. Low-key better than pizza with cheese. Imagine this being your last meal in prison. Waking up with a traditional Italian coffee. I bought a fake crow to scare the ducks away from our pool. Now they are sleeping beside it as a third member of their family. All I have ever wanted from yogurt is to know who the cows are. Notice how they named all the cows. There is a deep connection between misogyny and consuming animals. I feel like yogurt from a bull wouldn't taste quite right. I love AirPods because the rules of society just don't apply. Eat pizza and drink a beer at 7 AM while in sweatpants. Nobody cares. Today's Americano had a strange face. Almost seemed like it did not want to be drank. I drank it anyway. I ordered an Uber. Look at my driver. We're gonna crash. You gotta stay positive. In 3000 BC, let's put up a bunch of stones, and anyone who doesn't see this will be confused. Some cats bring their humans birds, or mice. Oliver brings me tea bags. They're putting chemicals in the fire that turn the freaking swords gay. Oh, look, another few days without post. Once again, I have to carry the weight of this entire forum. Take your stupid goddamn hot dog picture. Sick and tired of this. Either put in the effort or get out. Which anime character suffered the most in their life? Me, because I couldn't get a sweet treat after a hard day. Got so drunk last night, we started labeling things in our Airbnb and woke up to this. Bagel seeds. My flatmate annoyed me, so I froze their cutlery into an ice block. That's a tree, by the way. I have more of these if you want them. This dude is pulling his girl through the snow and serving her coffee. Bro is doing way too much. Me, when I buy 24 Roombas and an Amazon Alexa. Me, Alexa, unleash the Roombas. 24 Roombas emerge slowly from under my bed, consuming everything in their path. There's just a bunch of dudes swinging entire lightsabers outside my window. What? Have you ever lost something and thought, if I could just open a portal to another reality where I haven't lost it, I could just steal it from me and get it back? How do you know that's not the reason you lost it? I've never thought of this. My accountant just opened his laptop to do my taxes. I am going to prison. Yeah, doing the deed is cool, but have you ever seen this image? I just found out how long fire hydrants actually are, and I really wish I didn't. I changed my background. Again, laughs. This is perfect. So perfect. I don't care. I want an office with a window. You will fail. Screw you, digital lamb. Excuse me. I can't drown my demons. They know how to swim. I've had enough. This is fuchsia. What do you mean? It's magenta. This is red. Yes. I slept like a baby last night, periodically waking up screaming in terror and confusion. You're so damn cute. Thanks. You're pretty cute too. I have a boyfriend, but you just... Nice try. If it happens again, I'll have to block you. Not a person in sight, just cell phones, living in the moment. Apparently, it took 3 of my aunts way too long to figure out why this candle wouldn't light. Remember to let your cat proof for 1 to 2 hours, until at least doubled in size. Me waiting for my stylist to put my bald cap on. He ugly as hell. I want Will Smith to slap him again. Savior. He's so strong. I love him. Being a human is so confusing because you are basically an animal with a soul. So sometimes you're like, am I experiencing a profound spiritual desolation? Or have I not eaten enough breakfast? Impossible to tell. Women, what do you find the most confusing about men? They think they're smarter. They are. Flirt back, goddammit. How? You'll understand when you're older. I am older, and I understand absolutely nothing. When a death metal song you like comes on, but you don't know the lyrics. Confused screaming. This week, NASA's new Mars rover drove through New York City. Incredible. Screw off. I thought the Mars rover was a wee Wally-sized. No wonder we have any found... What is this? English. Castaways rescued after spelling help with leaves. They must be from a generation that learned how to spell the old-fashioned way, without the assistance of autocorrect, instead of those who only know how to type or text. Why are old people so obsessed with doing this? Drive-through. Instructions unclear. Create a problem. Sell a solution. Knowing Apple, this is probably going to cost a smooth $150 to $200. I'm gonna wait till the off-brand drops at like $5 below. We have a blue football field. It confuses out-of-towners. Yes, I'm a vegan. Yes, I eat meat. We exist. Phobia. Being afraid of being afraid. I used the fear to fear the fear. Having bad mental health, but your personality being naturally bubbly and outgoing is the most confusing battle of emotions. These camouflage shorts actually work. Wins Constant Man. Wins Key West annual lookalike contest on 11th attempt. If I have a medical emergency, don't you dare call an ambulance. You better Uber me to the hospital because we are not about to pay $5,000 for a ride. Everyone outside of the USA. Laughing nervously. What the fuck? Well, how long would the pregnancy take if she had twins? 9 plus 9 equals 19 months. The first Polish language dictionary, published in 1746, included definitions such as horse. Everyone knows what a horse is. Archaeologists 20,000 years after horses go extinct cries, I don't. Imagine being a human in an alien crew in space, or leaving with bright blue or pink hair, and the color fades and everyone on board wonders why you are losing your colors. Is it the lack of greens? Are you sad? Angry? They just don't know. Human biology is baffling. I believe authors should be cryptic and unhelpful in the interpretation of their own work, or even act like they're dead and never comment on it again. I asked for a croissant and the baker came out from the kitchen and started beating the hell out of me. You don't understand the meme you're trying to use. Nobody asked you. Just asked out my crush and got my first friend ever. Homemade cheesecake. My first time making cheesecake. I've recently become obsessed with all the insane corporate ways we say normal things to each other. I'm a little confused is by far my favorite. It's absolute rage, masked as a professional pleasantry. 18 to 21 is a confusing age. I have some friends getting married, some in prison, some having kids, and then some still have to ask their parents to stay out past 9:30. Once, I told my ex to slap me in the face doing the deed, and he said he didn't want to hurt me, but then cheated on me, so I'm confused. This meme is from the future. You won't understand it until 2019. Lies. I still don't understand it. 2023. A croc man wears a pair of Crocs shoes. Is he made of shoe, or are his shoes made of flesh? He screams, for he does not know. Africa to the left, Europe to the right. I love my job. Man addicted to brake fluid, claims he can stop at any time he wants. This puzzle confuses and enrages the American. What the fuck? This is called an outdoor loft. It's like one big hammock that you can fit 20 people on. Plus, you swing off a rope to get down. Invincible moose. Next takes 5 kilometers. Trick or yeet? I shout to the children when I open the door. Yeet, one says confusedly. I shrug. Yeet it is. I throw the child. Jennifer, 26. Proud mother of 3 children. Virgin. I love my husband. Lesbian. Tenants at an apartment complex are told there will be no stairs until Thursday. Now they are stuck and unable to leave. Why can't I stop laughing? Like, who's gonna believe you couldn't make it because you ain't got no stairs? The Earth is the largest rock that any of us will ever stand on. So I've never understood rock climbers. By standing on the Earth, you have stood on the biggest rock. You are done. You have peaked. You don't need to keep climbing rocks. It's unnecessary. Remembering when I moved out of my first studio flat, and then I left a box of chocolates and some nice coffee on the side as a gift to the building manager, and then got charged £20 for the removal of leftover personal belongings. Look at his eyes. The hot dog is as high as a kite. He smoked all the drugs to save us. When you receive mixed signals, locks the house door and checks 3 times if it's locked. My brain 5 minutes later. Did I lock the door? Me. I have to go back. What are they doing down there? They are making milk from almonds. What? I gave them like 8 animals to get milk from. They don't like that milk. Attention, the 9th floor has temporarily been moved to the 15th floor. Imagine if Americans switched from pounds to kilograms overnight. There would be a mass confusion. When you hear your pet doing something, but you can't immediately identify it. Just a second. This may take a minute or two. Confused 100. I'm crying right now because I asked my brother to explain this picture to me, and he said, Aaron is telling Jean a bedtime story. Do you know who the most amazing person in the world is? Read the first word. Do. I want to tell you something. What? Can we be lovers? I love you. Sorry, but we can't. Why? I thought you loved me. Because I want your children to marry my children. No crime from 8 p.m. to 6 p.m. People get confused when taking kilograms to pounds. It's simple. Take the weight you want to convert, let's say 100 kg, and you fucking Google what it is in pounds. I'm honestly confused as to how car boys can hear a car and see it for like 1.2 seconds, and they will be like, oh yeah, that's a Dixon Ticonderoga GTX 1080 Ti. Me, turns on warm water. Water turns instantly cold. Takes 5 minutes to warm up. Me, current mood. That picture of Rami Malek holding 2 pens at an autograph signing and looking overwhelmed. You know the one I mean. What are they trying to say? Please use ashtray. No smoking here. I don't know why he can't read the very clear signs I'm sending him. The very clear signs. You walking down the street, drinking a burger, and you look back and you see this running towards you. What are you doing? Optimist. Things happen for a reason. Pessimist. Things are random and meaningless. Me. Things. What things? Nobody told me about any things. Why did it take my brain so long to figure out what was going on in this picture? I'm still confused. No excuse for a guy to be under 6 foot. Hit the gym. Shall we go out? Will your boyfriend be okay with that? I don't have a boyfriend. Who is that man in your photos then? My husband, but we're just friends. Forward horror story. I heard my wife knock on the bathroom door, but then I remembered our bathroom doesn't have a door. I'm sorry, but the confusion of why your bathroom doesn't have a door far outweighs any feelings of horror this might evoke. Can't afford a door. The horror here, the realities of life. So, what was your wife knocking on? It is the period between Christmas and New Year. No one knows what day it is. Time doesn't really exist. Can we start drinking at 10 a.m.? Why not? Existence is a confusion. This is an amazing excuse to start drinking at 10 a.m. If I was a famous author, I would publish a book with 10 different endings, which all went to print with varying degrees of rarity, but not tell the fans about it, so I could watch their confusion as they disagree over how the story ended. Then, when they figured it out, I would come clean, telling them that I had released 11 alternative endings, and watch them panic again as they try to find the last ending. Blocking someone isn't enough. I want them to get lice. I once intentionally gave a girl lice because she kept throwing her long hair all over my desk in class while I was trying to work on assignments. This was in like middle grade. I asked her to stop doing it multiple times and she laughed and kept doing it. So I picked off. I'm not finishing reading this. Gross. I don't understand. Why did you repost a picture of a normal dude hanging out on the street? Looks like he could be someone's dad. I don't get it. Is this a dad joke? This is the other dog. Her name's Bonnie. Princess Bonnie, we like to call her. She's blind in one eye. Oreo, you were highly requested. Everyone likes you. What do you have to say to the people? You didn't subscribe to Vasco last time. You have to subscribe. You didn't subscribe to Vasco last time. You have to subscribe. And this is Tiny. He's a little fucker. You're an annoying fucker, Tiny.